So we're gonna decide.
Yeah.
Okay, let fate decide.
Yeah.
Okay, 1, 2, 3.
Ching,
Chong Chan.
Okay.
Okay, I win.
Scissors,
So
beats, paper. Go for it, bro.
We invited young South African men to share their understanding of what it truly means to be a man in this day and age. Deconstructing masculinity and manhood through honest conversation, face to face, man to man.
okay, ask the first question.
Woo! Let's do it.
Let's get into it. Okay, Ash. So what does being a man mean to you?
Ooh. Like that's the first one. So deep already.
Yeah.
Like if I have to think off the top of my head, I'll be like, you think of a protector, you think of a provider.
Mm-hmm.
You think of somebody that needs to stand out, you know.
Yeah.
Being a man, you always think of a strong person. That's why we gym, right? That's why we gym, right?
Yeah.
That's why we wear the tight shirts to show off our strength. So for me, being a man really epitomizes strength first and foremost, and epitomizes character. For me, that's what it means to be a man for me.
I can agree with you on some certain things.
I knew you were gonna put your
I'm gonna have to put my own opinion because I just feel like a lot of the labels that we put on men nowadays are a lot of misconceptions. So I guess we'll get into that later. But I just feel the worldview of what it means to be a man is strength, right, from the outside.
Yeah.
But I think the truest reflection of a man, and Pastor always says this, you're male by birth but man by choice. So you've gotta realize you've gotta take responsibility in being a man. And once you make up your mind to take responsibility, you've gotta lead by example. That's what I feel being a man is. It's being a leader, it's setting an example for those that are coming after you, whether it's your children or your siblings. Or anybody in your family or friends or whatever, really setting that example. And also, I think the greatest place of strength in being a man is also being open and vulnerable. Okay, let's go to the next question.
Let's go to the next one. Just gets deeper, I think.
Bruh.
Sims, how does society define men, and what are some of the expectations? What are some of the expectations from them?
When it comes to expectations, you're supposed to achieve. You're supposed to be at a certain level as a man. If you feel that people are saying that you're a failure, for example, or you haven't achieved financially or career-wise, or you can't provide for your family or meet your family's needs, whether you're married or not, like whether you're supporting your parents or whatever. I think society always attempts to define those men as a failure.
I believe our generation we built together. And what's the other part of it?
The expectations and misconceptions.
Misconceptions I really want to focus on as well, because I don't think necessarily if your wife has a better job for you in this day and age, it's a bad thing. I mean, aren't you building a household together? What's mine is yours, and what's yours is mine. That's what I truly believe is a big part of our generation, if I can put it like that.
While you're talking, I'm busy thinking about, we're talking about society and what they define men. Now let's talk about social media. And now it gets deep, because as much as we're saying that that's a certain view of what men are, there's this whole men are trash thing, and this thing has been carrying on for years and years. And I actually want to talk about this because it makes me realize if society is saying that men are trash and so many people are agreeing with this, what's wrong per se? Why are we men being labeled like that? I understand there are males that have trashy tendencies, but like I said earlier, male by birth, man by choice, right? As a man, how can you have such tendencies and call yourself a man? So I think a sad thing, and it's escalating a lot more, is the fact that all men right now are being classified in the same trash category.
It's a general term that's been associated to all guys. And
it's deep, bro. To be honest, it affects me. It frustrates me.
It does affect me as well, bro. I won't be honest. Like, you'll get it in conversations. And like, this is such a sensitive topic, and it's like also like resonating with me so deeply now. Why do our women feel unsafe walking down the street?
Exactly.
Why, bro? Because there is a problem in South Africa with respect towards women and seeing women as objects. And as guys, like for instance, you that have a voice and a platform, bro, we should always use it and be like, no. Exactly. We cannot do this. We need to stand up for our women. We need to protect our women in South Africa, where they will feel safe going to a mall where they don't have to worry about what am I wearing because am I going to be seen as a target. Bro. There's no respect for women in South Africa. It has been happening for generations, just not now. It's been more evident now. I believe through social media and stuff.
And the thing is, if you're passive as a man, then you're not being effective. Yeah. We've got to really call guys out.
Yeah.
Even if it isolates us, because at the end of the day, we're not defined by the people, what they say about us, or the guys that we surround ourselves with, but we're defined by God at the end of the day, and who God says we are as men. And sometimes I really get convicted by that. Now, we've got to really stand up now. Like that's the biggest thing.
Yeah.
We can't hold back anymore.
Definitely.
Is it me asking the next question?
I think it's me. Yeah, it's you.
Yeah, I think it's me.
Yeah, it's definitely you.
All right.
Yeah, we went into a deep one there.
You're giving me life. Continue.
Yeah. Okay. This is a deep one, bro. When was the last time you cried and why?
Whew. Okay, I think the last time I actually cried was...
It's a deep one.
Bro, it's a deep one, eh?
Yeah.
But I'm gonna share it anyway, bro. It doesn't matter. Through this whole relationship thing that I went through, right? It was Pastor Cynthia Garrett at Dream Week.
Yeah.
And she shared a testimony, bro. And I just started crying like a baby, bro, in front of so many people. I just felt like the healing never took place.
Yeah.
Like for me, I was portraying a strong image as a guy that I've got this, I'm over this, nothing can affect me. But deep down inside, I was like, nah, you lying, bro. You are putting out an image that you want people to see, but you are nowhere near from healing. You know, when you hear this person's name, you break down in your room and you cry.
Yeah.
And when you walk out, you lie and you put on an image, you put on a facade, a mask out there that you think people want to see. And she just started sharing a testimony which had no relevance to relationships or healing, but it hit me in the way. And then God just said to me in that moment, you know what? Healing is taking place right now. Don't worry about the sermon, what is going on here. It's not got no relevance, but the healing is taking place.
Alright. How is your masculinity and manhood influence how you love your partner or express yourself when you're in a relationship?
Bro, I think you can take that one because Mans is still on the lookout. Mans is still on the hunting field.
Okay, how I express myself in a relationship. Okay, so I think the biggest thing as a man, and when it comes to my masculinity, is that I've always got to cultivate the beauty in her. So I'm the most intentional with making sure that she realizes that she's the most beautiful girl out there.
Notes.
Yeah, no, take notes. Because I think at the end of the day, you've got to take responsibility for cultivating that beauty in her in a relationship. She's not supposed to go out of her way to make herself seen by you. She's gotta know that she's seen by you, and that you see her as the most beautiful girl in the world. So I'm very intentional with calling my girlfriend beautiful and the most beautiful woman I've ever seen, because as I declare that, I see her becoming more beautiful, and she realizes the beauty that's in her, because beauty isn't found in looks or on the outside, but it's something that's on the inside. It's a hard thing. Yo, Bokang,
it's deepness. That's why I said I couldn't answer that, bro, because you need to speak, bro. I think we'll have this conversation in a couple of months' time, because you know the new season, so we've spoken about it.
He's looking.
Ladies.
Dead.
This is one that really hits us both.
Yeah?
How do you feel about your relationship with your father?
Yeah,
I think we need to bring out the tissues.
Yeah.
I think I'll go first.
Okay, go first.
Me and my dad have never. First and foremost, I think let me put this out there. I've said I love you to my dad once in my whole life.
Yeah.
My dad is a strong male. He doesn't believe in showing emotion. The first time I saw my dad cry was when his mom passed away, and the ways, the circumstances in how my grandmother passed away. She was murdered, and he became even harder because of that whole experience. And he's never ever showed emotion. when my dad shows emotion, he gets angry, and he hammers it onto me. And I'm not a very hard person. I'm a very soft person, and people will be surprised to hear that. Like I really do get emotional when, especially somebody that I love and care about says something to me that really hurts me.
Yeah.
It really affects me. But at the end of the day, there's no man I respect more. There's no man that I love more. And there's no man that I look up to more.
Yeah.
Seeing what he's done for our family, seeing the sacrifices that he's made. I can be half the man he is one day. I'll call myself successful.
I completely agree with you, bro. When you're talking about your dad, it sounds like you're talking about my dad.
Yeah.
And I guess it makes sense, because if you look at it historically, your dad and my dad are around the same age.
Yeah.
Like, I think they were a year apart.
Yeah.
And then myself and you are the same age.
Yeah.
So there's that bridge in generations. Like, we're like completely different.
Yeah.
And I think that's the tough thing, because I understand that our parents or our fathers went through things that we'll never go through.
We won't even understand.
Yeah, we'll never understand. Like, it was deep for them, you know. When I actually had a conversation with him and I asked him, like, when was the last time you said that you loved me?
Yeah.
And he just couldn't remember.
Yeah.
And he couldn't remember.
Yeah.
And I couldn't remember also. And that's the deep thing, because we never get to that stage where we're vulnerable with each other. And I guess it's not their fault at the end of the day, because they were not brought up the way that we're brought up. We're more in touch with our emotions, if I can say. Because I feel like I'm more like my mom. But when it comes to the love aspect, I love my dad. No, I love my dad, honestly.
Yeah.
And I honor him for everything that he's done for our family, because he was the one person that became the first to do so many things in our family. But when it comes to being intimate and vulnerable and sharing how we feel, we don't have that.
Yeah.
And I truly believe that there is more to our relationship. And I want that more, even before I have my own son someday. Yeah.
The last question.
Is it me?
Yeah.
I think it's me, yeah.
The last one.
Alright. At this
deep one?
Yeah, no, it's always deep, bro. At this stage in your life, what is the most important lesson you've learned so far?
Obedience, bro. Obedience. Following that voice in your head. Doing it. And not just saying it.
Yeah.
Like I shared with you in the week, the men's cell that we had.
Yeah.
And I was passing this guy every day to work.
Yeah.
And he was living in a tent, and I knew I had to buy groceries for this guy.
Yeah.
I kept on delaying it.
Yeah.
And on the Tuesday, I'm like, you know what? Act.
Just do it.
Went late to work, bought a couple of things for him,
Yeah.
and God is a God of humor. Funny enough, the day I buy it for him, he's not there. What is happening? And it happened to be the day that dirt is being picked up in our area. And then I'm driving past and I see this one guy, and it just hit me. It's like, okay, God says give it to him.
Yeah.
I'm like, no, I bought it for this guy.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna. And he's like, so?
Yeah.
You go back, buy more, and give to this guy.
Yeah.
So yeah, bro.
Yeah.
One of the main things.
So that's a good one. And coupled with obedience, I feel for me is surrender.
Yeah.
Because you've literally got to let go of everything. Your time, your talent, your finances, your preconceived ideas of the life that you're supposed to be living at this age.
Yeah.
So I see my blessing, I see my dreams and all that as water that's coming through a hose pipe, right? But now my hose pipe might be so small, right? But God wants to enlarge my capacity so much more can flow through me and impact and influence so many other people. And that expansion and that capacity requires obedience and surrender. And it's not the easiest thing, because being stretched is not comfortable. But the more you get stretched, the more your character gets developed. And when all those things come, it's nothing. So yeah, that's the biggest thing for me.
Yeah, bro. See why you need to be with me as well. You add flesh.
Yeah. Avoid it was a session, man. Need to do this again sometime. Thanks, guys.
Thank you. That's a wrap. Power, guys. Power.
Such power.
Hey guys, my name is Simphiwe Petros.
And I'm Ashley Kluter.
And I hope you loved this video. We had an amazing time recording.
Awesome time. This is the B word, guys. If you like this video, what should they do, bro?
They should like, subscribe, and share.
Now.
Don't waste time.
Don't wait.
Yeah.
Now.
Because people need to see this. We had a great time. And you know,
Don't just watch without subscribing.
Exactly.
No.
You gotta
don't go
do
to a restaurant, eat, and don't pay.
Exactly.
Pay the bill.
Yeah. You gotta give respect to respect is due, right?
Don't just eat.
pay. This is hours of work. So I hope you enjoyed it. So share the love, because I'm sure a lot of people would love to hear and enjoy this as much as you enjoyed it. So yeah, do the right thing. We'll see you soon.